guys. My name is Lade, one half of TheyFired Us, and today we're going to be talking about dating 2020. Imagine you're on a date and you're just sitting, waiting for your significant other to arrive, and they don't show up. Awkward, right? Well, that's how dating in 2020 is. It's awkward. It's weird.
Peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high.
I said, peace,
Tranquility, roll up the weed and get high.
I said,
Peace,
tranquility,
roll up the weed and get high.
I said, peace,
Tranquility, roll up the weed and get high.
Okay, guys. As promised, we're back again. My name is Lade.
Desmond Bonnet.
All right. Today, we're talking about dating. Dun, dun, dun. No, he didn't. Oh, yeah, we're talking about dating. We're just going to jump into it because we don't want to take too much of your time, but dating. You know, we all know that dating has been a whirlwind. I think that's the appropriate word to use for 2020. I mean, some people could even say 19 as well, but now that we're in 20, we all know that it's been difficult for all of us in a dating realm, and we're gonna share our thoughts. And you can kindly agree, you can kindly disagree. If you have any comments, please write them down below in the comment section. Let's get the conversation started. So we wrote up a short list, and we're just gonna have a conversation about it, man. So the first one we have: define dating. What is dating? So I'll pose that question to Desmond. What is dating?
First and foremost, I feel the need to say this. I was in a relationship for what feels like my whole life. So I'm new, like not super new, but still fairly new to dating. So it's much different from, when I was a young lad out here. But dating is simple. That's getting to know someone, as I would assume that's what it is. You having conversations. Y'all in that stage of getting to know someone. But I also know that this generation, what that is, they call that talking. So there's a talking before the dating, which I ain't gonna lie, kind of confuses the shit out of me.
Well, it kind of does to, people who are trying to balance, what talking is and what dating is. But for me, I think dating is two people coming together to see if they have energy or strong attributes and characteristics that would lead them to nirvana, like something that they want to go to, whether it's marriage, whether it's being together long term, et cetera, et cetera.
That's what it should be.
I mean, that's my definition of dating. The whole talking and then dating phase. I guess there's different phases into dating. I guess you guys can agree or disagree. So you're saying that there's talking, there's dating, and then what else is there? Because I mean, if it's talking to, it's talking, and then it's dating, and then there's the relationship.
All right, so I have a theory, right?
So you're saying there's 3 stages?
Yeah, but I have a theory. I think all of those stages are essentially the same thing.
All right.
2 of those give excuses to not be committed for the 3rd. So the relationship, that word just makes you, not makes you feel like it is. There's a commitment within that. That's why it's a relationship. There's a relation between,
2 people.
2 or, however y'all get down. Dating and talking to me is that. it just gives an excuse to do certain things with multiple. That's my theory. Like, I feel like there is no 3 different stages. It's the same thing. 2 of those are just kind of excuses to, you know, sow your royal oats until, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll politely disagree, you know, because when you meet somebody, you don't want to automatically say, oh, we're dating. You know, like you want to get to know the person to see if
But that is dating, no? Because what are you going to do while you're getting to know the person? You're going to go on dates. You're going to have certain experiences with each other, certain adventures.
Yeah, but you want to see if some people don't even go on dates. Some people just talk to see if that person has certain characteristics, you know, or certain commonalities as that person, you know. And this is just me trying to defend the people who saying talking, dating, relationships. Me personally, and I guess we have to talk about, you know, personal, because we all are affected by dating differently based on our personal experiences, just like what you said with your dating. I don't believe in talking. You know, I believe in, you know, dating. You know, you meet somebody, you say, are we going to date and see if this works? You know, are we going to see if we're not going to make it work? And let's be open. If I'm talking to you and I'm talking to other people, I'm going to let you know from day one. You know, and
as it should.
And I will hope. And I will hope vice versa. You know, but I mean, pretty much, you know, dating is, I think we can agree that dating is just talking to a person that you're strongly interested in to see if it will go the long run.
It's kind of like the 90-day period at a new job. That's how I look at it.
Wait, before you get health benefits?
Pretty much, yeah.
So what's the health benefit in dating?
Before that exclusivity comes in, before that commitment comes in,
yeah,
that's what the dating is. You're just trying it out. So it's like that 90-day period. You want to make sure you made the right decision. You're trying to, you know, you want to evaluate everything within that time frame, and then you make that decision.
All right. My biggest question, or my biggest thought about the 90 days is just probably me thinking too much into it right now, because I know everybody has a different number. You know, some people it's 60 days. Some people they know instantly.
Oh, the 90 days wasn't like.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I was just comparing it to, because you know, at a job is usually 3 months. That's 90 days. So that's honestly what I compared dating to.
All right,
it's the trial. It's the trial run.
And then after, you know, the trial, you know, I guess the health benefits or whatever.
Everything else kicks in. That's when you make the decision if you wanna, you know, make that payment to Netflix after your free trial, or if you want to just cancel it and move on. You know what I mean? So.
And go to Hulu.
Pretty much Disney Plus, you know. But that's pretty much what it is. That's why I get confused by the whole talking thing. It's like, to me, talking is just that. Now, when you're still doing the dating type of things while talking,
no, but people could see as
no difference.
But people could see talking as literally just talking, because there's some people who talk and they don't go on dates. They just talk, and then other people.
So that's just friends who have conversations.
But you don't. But what if you like somebody? You don't like all your friends in like a romantic or like a sexual way. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So talking is different. You know, talking could be like, for some people, the slow version of getting to know somebody. So they don't put all their investments, you know, to get hurt. You know, not saying that I agree with it, but I'm just saying that I can see how.
No, that's very true.
Yeah, how talking can apply to some people.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you as well for saying that talking can be an excuse of not to commit or to be scared of commitment. Cause I'll be real, like a commitment is something that kind of scares me a little bit. You know, to you know, it's a trust thing. to say that I could put my trust in you that everything is going to work out for the long run. Definitely. You know, from
especially when previous situations didn't really pan out the way, you know.
Of course. You know, that whole richer for poor, for sickness and health. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole marriage thing. It doesn't just apply to marriage. It applies to dating too.
That's very true.
If your wishes is to meet somebody and you and that person can go the distance, in a nutshell. You know?
You absolutely right. And just to go back to what you were saying, I don't fully disagree with the way you put it, because I also, and I'm looking at this right here, and this would be a segue to number 2. I think that's like super, super comfortable with this generation, because this generation like just has the most with dating apps. Now, I'm not talking like I'm wild old, but I do come from an era where, you know, dating apps was around, but not super frequent. Like, we had Boost Mobile, and you would have, like, the chat on there.
I didn't have Boost Mobile.
I had Boost Mobile, you know, Chirp, Nextel, and all that. And they had certain chats. You didn't really see who you was talking to, but that was, like, a version of a dating app.
You had the AOL chats.
Yeah, all of that. AIM, like, everything.
And they had different sections, you know, where you would go into and you'll talk to different people in there. You know, there was a chat room full of blacks. There was... Actually, now to think about it, that was probably like a classism starting, and we didn't even know it.
That's a fact. That's crazy.
Wow, that's crazy, because they had different...
I brought that up basically just to say, like, a lot of us are used to a certain way, but with this generation, I could see how that's kind of I guess a plus for them, because with this social media age, everybody is, you know, everybody knows each other but doesn't know each other, like, at the same time. So with the whole talking stage, I guess, you know, that is a way, coming from dating apps and all that, it gives you a elongated time to get to know the person through words before actually being in front of that person. But I'm just a face-to-face person.
Like a hands-on person.
You know what I mean? Like, I could do FaceTime, but we can't just text and talk on the phone for a month or something like that before I see you, because I'm never going to see you. It's a wrap. It's done. Yeah. A month, don't call me again.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's why for me is like, I don't really understand. I do understand, but it's just a lot of holes in that whole talking stage. I feel like talking is the same as dating stage.
Yeah, it's the same thing, really. From your personal perspective, yeah, I can see that. Well, my thing, I just forgot what I was about to say. So you put down number 2. You went down to number 2, to dating apps. Do you think that dating apps are a part of the difficulties of dating? Because we had talking, we had dating, we defined that. Went to number 2, which is like dating apps. We really dissect into that. But do you think dating apps can be the difficulties of dating? Because 2020, we experienced a lot of difficulties in dating, and like you said, it's probably because, you know, everybody's so hands-on social media. Yeah. Everybody's so into that instant gratification kind of thing. So, do you think that's this dating apps? I mean, you just said you started as a pro.
Yeah.
You know, but can it also be a con as well?
All right. So let me first start with the pro. Before 2020, and this goes like years back, but before what happened this year, everybody's normal was, you know, going out to eat, going out to party, doing all of those things. You might meet somebody at a party, you might meet somebody at the bar, restaurant, outside, whatever it is. Those are the norm, mixed with, you know, some dating app things.
Facts.
With the pandemic happening, I look at that as a pro, because it gave people the opportunity to actually pay attention to what's being said. Sometimes when you're moving fast, especially with the schedules like we used to have, you know, Monday you out the house from 6 in the morning till about 11 at night, and you come home, you might, you know, have maybe an hour to text, but it's not really that super engaging. Yeah. So when 2020 happened, pandemic, everybody had the chance to like sit down, and in a sense, you was kind of forced to look. Corona, we're not trying to, you know what I mean? We're not trying to, you know, be crazy and catch that. So it was kind of it forced people to pay attention to the words and what's being said back and forth. So from that perspective, I see that as a pro. A lot of people this year, I know for a fact, got to know each other on a genuine basis. Now the reason why there's also cons is because comfortability, excuse my language, but comfortability is a motherfucker. And not even just in relationships, in your personal life, your work life, anything. If you get too comfortable with something, there's no growing from it. You're just good in what you're doing. So to me, dating apps creates that comfortability. People are looking forward to going to their phone and texting good morning or texting good evening or asking you how your day versus picking up the phone and saying, yo, let's go meet up here and having those type of conversations. Now, don't get me wrong. I know things are just now starting to open up, but my whole point is there's a comfortability with it.
All right. So
the pro is you get to really get to know someone.
Correct.
But how can you really get to know someone if you're not standing in front of them?
Got it. So you kind of go back with, you kind of intertwine it. So we have dating apps, and then we have difficulties of dating, and it kind of, dating apps, there's pros and cons through the dating apps. We also have pandemic dating, and we have dating intentions. Now, we didn't get into the dating intentions because, we're not there yet, but the pandemic dating, I do see, the pros of it, of two people coming together who are generally interested in each other and learning from each other. And expanding on energies so they can build something, a cosmic in a sense, something electrifying in a sense. Then I can see the cons of it, where even though you're on FaceTime, even though you might be texting, it's not that gratification. You're not feeling, you're not touching, you're not in that realm. You're not in that. Like you're not in a space.
Yeah.
You know how they say, great minds.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, you know how they say great minds think alike. You know how they say energy is contagious. You know how they say, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing with dating. When you're in front of somebody and you guys having a great conversation, you guys are sharing great times together, you feel the energy. It's almost like, what's the word? Endorphins? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. It's almost like that feeling.
But I feel like you're saying it right.
Yeah, it's like that feeling. It's almost like leaving the gym. You have that natural high. It's almost like people who just came from church and they feel like they have the Holy Spirit. It's somebody who got the job that they always wanted. It's somebody who got their first paycheck. It's a mother when she conceived and gave birth.
Yeah, that undeniable, unquestionable feeling.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm with you.
Yeah. It's like an artist when they did an album they was excited about, or they drew a picture. It's that same nostalgic feeling that we chase back to when we were a child and we were having fun playing with our toys. Girls were playing with their Barbies. We were going outside, riding our bikes, jumping rope. It's that same feeling that we yearn for when we're dating. So there are pros and cons to dating apps and the pandemic dating. However, I think what kind of destroys the and becomes the difficulty of dating is the dating intentions. And I don't think that everybody has the same dating intentions. All right. I'm a blunt person.
Talk to him.
I put it on the table.
Talk to him.
Show them how big it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we here. But I don't understand, and this is just me, I don't understand how people cannot just put it on the table and tell people how it really is. If you want to talk to one person and you generally like this person, tell that person, I want to talk to you. I want to see where it goes. I don't understand how people can't say, I'm talking to multiple people.
You want to know why? Everybody, especially with social media, everybody has this image of themselves that even when you're given like an opportunity to not even live by that image, they still feel like, no, I have to do it.
They have to uphold that image because they don't want to feel less than.
Exactly.
Or they feel like they're competing to a friend or somebody else, you know?
Exactly. Talking and dating.
Yeah.
You don't. And this is my personal opinion, right? I don't listen to nobody when they say, "Oh yeah, I'm just talking to one person. Oh, I'm just dating one person."
Yeah.
No, talking, dating, whichever word you use, that's what that is made for. An employer is going to hire 3 people, and at the end of that 90 months, wow! At the end of that 90 days,
yeah.
all 3 might not get the position. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, everybody's dating intention is different, you know, and I don't understand why we can't be more truthful when it comes to dating. And I think this is one of the biggest difficulties in dating, you know, because everybody's trying to protect their own image. Everybody's trying to protect their self. Mm-hmm. You know, it's nothing wrong with telling somebody, look, I'm interested in you. However, I'm talking to other people. I want to see what's best for me. And I hope that you respect it. You know, and if they don't respect it, if it's not something that they want, they could politely leave and you can continue doing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You know, it's no harm or foul. My thing is, when you do it from the beginning, it makes everything else easier.
Very true. Can I play devil's advocate to that?
Curry.
Oh, listen, ladies, I love my queens, you know. So this isn't like, you know, me bashing you guys, but just to play devil's advocate, I'm gonna speak on just genders. So from a male perspective, right? And I'm somebody that don't believe in lying. I'm a terrible liar. Can't keep up with my lies. Just don't do it. Don't see the point in it. Certain men who go into things with 100% truth are not really met with that back. And the reason why I'm saying that is because going back to social media, and I'm pretty sure everyone who's watching and seen a lot of these posts, there's a lot of women who go on dates. And this is, you know, talking about dating intentions. A lot of women who go on dates and they're not truthful about why they're on those dates. I done seen a post that a woman put up and said, and if I find it, I'm gonna put it up, but, and I quote, "I got this bozo to take me out for dinner, and he thinks I'm gonna go home with him." Now, let's say, you know, just for sake of conversation, let's say he was a quote unquote bozo, right?
Yeah.
Not really the best whatever.
Yeah.
Does that still make it right? No. The reason why I bring that up is because there's a lot of women who go on dates specifically just to get a free meal. Yeah. So I know a lot of people always direct to the man when it comes to not being honest. You know, let me know your true intentions. If you're talking to multiple people, just tell me that. Like, we see it all the time. Yeah. Women want that, you know. Just keep it 100 with me. I respect honesty. Like, be blunt with me. Tell me what it is. Yeah. You gotta do the same thing. Yeah. I think you gotta do the same thing.
I think it's interesting you said that because I think I sent you a video on IG where I think they're at Applebee's or something and they're paying on a tablet and then the guy asked the female, am I coming back with you or you coming over? You coming home with me? Said no, and then he automatically starts to split the bill. And his intention was he was gonna get some. You know, her intention was
I just want to eat.
So there was 2 different intentions there. You know, I'm not saying which one is right, which one is wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying there's 2 different intentions. You know, that did not match.
Has to be established at the very beginning.
Yeah, it was a neutron and a proton. You know, we all know math. You know, what does that equal? A negative. So we have to be aware of our intentions and what we really want when we talking to somebody. You know, I think communication kind of hinders every relationship, especially in dating. And one of the difficulties of dating, which affects the dating intentions, is communication.
Facts.
Women, and I see this all the time. You see this on dating apps. You see this on TV shows. You see this on, you hear this on the radio. Excuse me. You see this when you work and you talk to women. Women always say they want a guy who can communicate. However, men want women to communicate too. Men want women to communicate too. But you know what the thing is? Women communicate non-verbally. And they want men to pick up on the language that they're speaking.
Now, hold on. I want you to pause this video right now. And I want some real answers. All the women that tune into, the different videos we have here, we genuinely want answers. Why is it that we're expected to pick up on the nonverbal communication, but when we verbally communicate, it's still not?
Oh, wait. So you're saying women want us to pick up on a nonverbal, but then when we verbally speak to them, they don't pick up on what we say?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, check please.
And if I'm wrong, ladies, please let me know. Let me know.
That's a good question.
Please let me know.
That's a good question. Excellent. And you know what the funny part about this is, and we could dissect and get deep into this, but I really don't want to take it there for this. Maybe we'll do a part 2 on this. But I can speak from my personal experience. Nobody has taught us about dating.
Yeah, very true.
Very true. For those who are luckily blessed to have parents, right? We follow their role model in a sense, subconsciously.
Yeah.
If they're still together, that's a blessing. That's like Jordan. That's Jordan when he pushed off the dude from the Utah Jazz, came back and hit the game winner.
That's very true.
Big
very
point.
True. Man.
But on the other flip side, there's kids who watch their parents divorce. Grew up where their father was there, their mother wasn't there, and vice versa. So in a dating realm, it becomes difficult because they don't understand, dating one-on-one, because they're looking up. But if there's nothing to look up to, then who are you going to look up to?
Kind of just figuring it out.
Figuring out as you go.
You have movies, TV shows,
Yeah. And that's what we're learning from.
That's a fact. I know me personally, and I do come from a 2-parent household. They still together. Just had their anniversary in September. Happy birthday to my mom. Her birthday was September, November 4th. Still celebrating. So, I did have that to look at, but there was no sit down look, this is how you go about dating. This is how you talk to a girl. This is everything for me was observant. I have an older brother, so I seen how he interacted, and I'm watching movies. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you do this, and that. So I can definitely relate to that. We don't really have no sit down so where your parents are actually giving you real relationship advice. Not the birds and the bees hey son, when you get older, you're gonna wanna not those conversations the experience before, the meat and potatoes before you get to the,
the experience, like you just said, and then when we don't have that knowledge, when we get older, we have to relearn everything all over again, which makes it harder. It makes it 10 times harder. And then this is what's tricky with dating, because you can have that, but then the person you're interested in might not have that, so just meeting on the same grounds together becomes something more difficult, which goes back to the dating intentions, which goes back to the difficulties of dating, which is communication. You mentioned that you don't lie, but people lie. So that's another difficulty within dating. Trust, especially if you've been through, heavy relationships, or you've been through, a long period of dating. There are people, and I know men and women can attest that they've been in and out of dating, and they just get sick and tired of dating.
No, it's true.
Then that's why you always hear the famous, "I'd rather be single and happy,
Mm.
and by myself. You see it all the time on social media with these authors, and you see it on YouTube. You see like, why are black men still single? Why is women still single? Why is people afraid of not getting married? Why is the divorce rate so high right now? All of this goes back to what we just said. It goes back to dating intentions, and it also goes back to the difficulties of dating, which are each of the attributes and more that I just said.
Very true, very true. And it's not hard. Like there's no way to sugarcoat or anything like that. Like it's not hard at all. Not one bit. It all goes down to what Lade just said. Dating intentions.
Yeah.
And my fault. And I want people to really, really pay attention to this. You know when you bullshit. You know when you bullshit. The same way you have certain feelings when something is not right, when you're in a room and the environment just don't feel right, like everything in you, your spirit is telling you like, I gotta go because this ain't right. Pay attention to that when you're spilling off BS.
Yeah, especially in a relationship, because it affects that other person. I mean, let's take away the other person. It affects yourself as well.
Very true.
Because if you've been through a whole bunch of bad relationships and you really at a point where you want to make a relationship work, that's gonna take some soul digging. That's gonna take some that's gonna take some work.
Real work.
Yeah, it's gonna take some work. So if you're not willing to do the work, then why even be in a relationship? Why even ruin it for yourself? Because at the end of the day, we enter relationships not to seek fulfillment. We all do, whether we say it or not. We all want to feel loved, and we all want to give out love. You know what I'm saying?
We all search for that certain joy.
Yeah. We all search for that. We all search for somebody to complete us, and we also search in life for something to complete us. Whether it's job, passion, etc., etc. So it's those two things. So when you feel a void in one thing, that's gonna trickle down to other things.
Oh, he potted, man.
And I don't understand why two people, and this is the problem, this is another problem in dating, because with all of this becomes games that we play on each other. All of this becomes like antics. You see it now with dating. It's in the OnlyFans. It's like what Desmond said. It's like women just want a meal. It's with guys just wanting sex. All of these intertwine in the difficulties of dating, and why people are frustrated and they don't want to, they don't want to date anymore. They'd rather be single, and happy than deal with the bullshit.
Exactly. And that's why I said pay attention to yourself. And the reason why I say that is because you might not be verbally saying what your intention is, just look at whatever situation you're in.
Yeah.
We us as human beings, that's what I'm gonna say. We get into these relationships, right? And when the relationship is over, however it ends, we sit back and we're like, damn, like what happened? What went wrong?
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I go to the very beginning. Because it all starts with the intentions. Did you step into this in the right frame of mind? Were you in the right mental space when you stepped into this?
Yeah.
Did you know what you was getting yourself into? Is this what you were trying to get? It all comes back to the intention. So if your intention was to go out to eat a meal for free because you ain't want to pay for it, but now your however long relationship ends because of X, Y, and Z or whatever it is, not saying it was your fault, but it just goes back to that intention. When something is not started on a good note, 9 times out of 10 it's going to end the exact way it started.
Exactly.
You got to pay attention.
You got to pay. How many guys, get in a relationship? Don't get in a relationship and they just think to themselves, oh, I just want to have sex with the girl. And then they have sex and then they realize that how many girls get into a relationship? Oh, I want a meal, or I want a vacation, or I want a bag. I'm seeing that bags are popular now, so I just do that in the mail. I want a bag, and then when he do that, you know, you keep on that cycle, you know, and these are red flags.
Extremely red flags.
You know, and that kind of also goes with the difficulties of dating, you know, because a lot of us ignore red flags, you know, because we're being greedy, we're being prideful, you know, and we ignore those red flags. Oh, that person could change. Oh, you know, that's not gonna happen to me. Oh, and then that's when we get in a predicament. That's what happens. And I want to dissect for a little bit, because this is why in 2020, because this has been happening a lot, that there's been a lot of domestic violence in relationships. There's been a lot of abuse within relationships. Kids who have, you know, young parents who have abusive parents, or parents who are a part of domestic violence, they witness that, and then they become violent themselves when they get older. But I don't want to dissect too much of that, because we can save that for another podcast or another episode. But these are all intertwining with each other. And the more we're aware, the more that we can solve each of these problems, or provide concrete solutions, so we can grow the right seeds, you know?
Like that.
So yeah. On a more comedic level, dating apps. Dating apps in 2020 is difficult because it's trash. It's trash. It's trash.
Super trash, man.
Basura, alright? Basura. Like, I don't understand the point in dating apps. You know, I understand that dating apps are supposed to connect people, especially if they're long distance together, or people that you wouldn't meet, you know, because people say, you know, don't date nobody at work. Excuse me, people say, you know.
Which is something I never did.
But, no comment. You know, but dating apps are like difficult because everybody's just kind of going with the flow. Nobody's being serious in it. Goes back to the tensions. Yeah.
Listen, man.
Listen.
Listen to the words that are being spoken. One thing that I do want to say is, and with relationships in particular, right? Because we spoke about, you know, the intentions, and if you go into it the wrong way, most likely it's going to end that same wrong way, or somewhere within that vein.
Yeah.
Really ask yourself what you want. Me personally, I've seen people on dating apps with no intention of anything.
Yeah.
Just looking for conversation, just looking for someone to smash. Like, and that's it. Like, no friendship, no nothing. So, not to reiterate that, but go back to what Lade was saying, like, you know, just pay attention to that, man. Because at the end of the day, yes, you are you, but that other person is who they are too.
Yeah, I'll go a step further to say there's people on dating apps not even looking to smash. They're just looking for self-gratification. They're just looking for people to like them. They're just people who
get compliments and all
that.
Yeah,
can get compliments because they want to feel like I said before. They want to feel nostalgia. They want to feel nostalgia. You know, they want to feel that feeling that they felt as a child. You know, growing up, playing, having fun. You know, what that felt to them. It's the same feeling, man. It's all energy. You know,
energy, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll go on another episode and explain like why dating apps are bad, or how to improve on dating apps. Maybe that'll be another podcast. Maybe no.
Never know.
Yeah, if you want that to happen, if you want us to do how to improve dating apps in 2021, y'all know what to do. We kind of talked about how social media affects dating. We kind of talked about that. I think what Desmond said, you know, it's about truly looking within yourself and seeing what you really want as a person and really what you want in a life. Because we play the compare game. and we're all victims of it on social media. You know, you see a girl, she's an IG model, you know, she has a lot of likes, you know, you're looking at her like you kind of want to live that life as well, you know, so you kind of follow that. Or you see a relationship and you see them that they're always traveling, or they're always buying each other gifts, you know, or they're all lovey-dovey on social media, but then outside of social media, you know, there's real life.
Yeah, this is actually something that I've said before, like, social media is a highlight reel. That's it. The world loves Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
They worship Jay-Z and Beyonce. Relationship goals, black love, love goals. This is what I want.
Yes, sir.
But Beyonce had to deal with some bullshit too.
Yeah.
So why would you compare?
Mm-hmm.
This is what people gotta understand, right? This is no different from back in the days when you're seeing Angelina Jolie or Brad Pitt or whoever on TV as these famous couples.
Yeah.
They're always going to give you the best look. That's their job. They have an image to uphold. Yeah. So even when there's bullshit going around, they going...
My thing is, look this up. You just mentioned Jay-Z and Beyonce, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple people who look up to them. Me, personally, I used to look up to Jay-Z when I was younger. Everybody knows that, right? However, I know, as a man, that I would never cheat on a woman. I know that because I saw my pops treat my mom with the ultimate respect. He treated her as if she was a queen, which she still is, you know, and I followed that example.
As you should.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't speak for every man because I'm not every man. You know, I can advise them not to cheat, but at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. Why would you let social media influence you to cheat or even think that that's acceptable? You know? And we're living in a time where it becomes acceptable. You know, you've seen it with Kevin Hart. You've seen it with who else did we see it with? We've seen it with a plethora of celebrities and public figures.
Like, who haven't we seen it with?
Yeah. So it comes off as it's the norm. It's okay. And it's not okay. It's not okay. Because we said it plenty of times off camera. If you want to cheat on somebody, why even be in a relationship?
Like, period. That's the age-old question. That's the famous question.
That's the famous question.
Why are you with this person if you can't only be with this person?
And you know what the funny part about it? When these public figures and celebrities go on these interviews and they talk about cheating, watch their emotion, watch their tone. Half of them even say it wasn't even worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So why? If it wasn't even worth it, then why get involved with it? Why do it? And then you gotta call for. And then if you're a celebrity and public figure, you gotta call for all this money just to for what? For what? That money could have been invested to something else. That money could have went to the kids if you have kids. That money could have went to something else. If you want to be in an open relationship, just put it out in the atmosphere. Be in an open relationship. But just be able to deal with the consequences when it come along.
Exactly.
My fault.
No, you good. People don't understand. That's why I keep saying, like, well, we keep saying, just be truthful. Because you might bump into somebody that want the same thing you want.
Facts.
Whatever that is.
Facts.
But you never gonna know unless you put those true intentions on the table. Like, this is what I got. This is what I'm coming with. This is what I want.
Yeah.
From both sides. I don't want to just single out the men. From both sides.
Yeah,
Ladies,
this is both.
Ladies, we expect the same from you. What are your true intentions? What is it that you're looking for? Why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
We look for the same thing.
Yeah. And we know, because I know this is going to be a comment that certain men can't handle it, bro. There's certain men out there can handle it. And it's up to you to find those people who can handle it. You know, and to kind of act what you said, right? Why do we settle? Especially in the dating realm. If you know that person is good to you, but if you have an inkling in your mind that you could find better, go find better, bro. Because that's your gut talking to you. Go out there and find better. There's almost 8 billion people out here in the world. You telling me you can't find somebody who can cater to you the way you want to cater?
There's somebody for everybody out here, man.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is get the clutter out your mind, man.
Yeah. You know, if you want if you want a guy to shower you with gifts and everything like that, you know, honestly, can you do the same for him? Can you do the same for him?
You want a man to spend that 20 bands on a Birkin? Can you buy the Birkin for yourself first?
Yeah.
Can you?
Can you? You know, guys, you want a woman with a high sex drive. Oh man.
Can you keep up with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you handle with the sex? Can you handle it, man?
Oh man.
Can you handle it? It goes hand in hand. You know how they say, one hand wash the other. I think Jadakiss used that in a line. I think he said something like that. I don't remember the exact bar, but he said something like that. One hand wash the other. The same thing in relationships, man. One hand gotta wash the other. You know, and I think once we take that selfishness and greediness, and also once we take the baggage that we experienced from previous relationships, you know, we can't treat the next person with the same vindictiveness that we experienced from our partner in the past.
Say that again. They gotta hear that. Say that again.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we get into a new relationship and we meet the new person, we can't treat them with the same trauma that we experienced in the past. You know?
Yes, sir.
When you get a new job, do you treat the new job the same way the old job treated you? Like, no. When you get a new car, do you treat the new car the same way you treated the old car? Like, no. When you buy a new outfit, do you treat that outfit the same way you treated the one that you donated? Like, no. So it's the same thing. It's all energy, man. Jay-Z had a line that said, "Open your mind and see the circle in the sky." Like, open your thinking. Open it up so you can see what's really going on.
Very true, man.
Yeah, very true.
We talking, man. I hope y'all listening. We trying to talk to y'all here, man.
Yeah. We trying to. We know that there's other ways that social media kind of affects dating, but I think that's the main one, right? The main one, man.
I mean, we can honestly like keep going, but yeah, I think those are the main points.
Yeah. I mean, like dating 2020, like we could do a 24-hour talk about dating, but I mean, you guys really understand, you know. Last we had relationships versus single. You want to take this one, or
I want to leave that for next week, if that's cool. Because I feel like that's a whole podcast for itself.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
I definitely listen. I got got a lot to say on that.
All right.
Got a lot to say on that.
That's cool.
But a few words that I do want to leave everybody with before we get out of here is this, man. And this is coming from me. It's okay to say you're not a cheater and not say that for clout. It's okay. It's okay. Like, I really, really want that to get across. It's okay. I don't cheat. Never cheated. It's not in me.
Yeah. And
never cheated, right?
Never cheated.
It's not in him. It's okay. You don't have to be in a famous, popular relationship on social media. You don't have to have a certain amount of flowers, certain amount of followers for people to know that. It's okay. You're not soft if that's something that you don't do. You're not pussy whipped if that's something that you don't do. You're not whatever term they want to put on it if that's something that you don't do. It's okay to stand up and say, look, I don't do that.
Yeah.
What's somebody gonna say?
Can't say nothing.
What they gonna say?
They can't say nothing.
I want somebody to come say something to me because of that. What are you gonna say?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, that shit is whack, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear people saying that, you know, oh, y'all never been in that. You know, y'all don't deal with public figures and celebrities deal with. Like, how you know?
Listen, man.
How you know?
I'm a handsome dude, man.
How you know?
You know what I mean?
How you know? At my old job, never mind. We're not gonna go there.
Listen, man.
We're not even gonna go there.
I'm a handsome guy, man. You don't need to be famous.
Yeah. But
that's temptation for everybody. Yeah, man.
And it's temptation everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you have to say is, no, sorry, I am talking to somebody, and you say it in a serious demeanor. You You don't say it in a flirtatious manner to get them guessing in the back of their head, oh, maybe it's a possibility. Tell her, no. I done told women before, no. Bye, I'm not interested.
Yeah, easily. Easily.
That's just it. That's just it. But if I could leave any gems to people, man, like really, just be real. Just be real, because the same energy you put out in the world comes back to you, man. And you might miss out on an opportunity, you know, that's really dear to you. You know, so many people, you know, pray for X, Y, and Z, and then it's not even when they get it. You know, it's when they don't have it anymore. You know, and they get into another relationship they get into another partnership that they think, oh damn, I really messed this up. You know, and after that, it's no turning back. You know, so
yes, sir.
That's all I gotta say with that one, man. We want to wrap this up because this is kind of a long one for us. We promise to keep these short, direct, more concise. If you like this, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share it. Remember what I said before last week? Share it to your grandma. She share it to her niece. So the niece share it with her boyfriend. The boyfriend share it with his best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just keep going, man.
Just keep going. Keep going.
Subscribe, man.
Subscribe. And we still have the giveaway at 200. Follow us either on YouTube or either on Instagram. Whichever one comes first, we're just going to drop a giveaway. It's going to be a dope one. Stay tuned. It's going to be a dope one. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir. And as always, man, you know we always got to leave y'all with some good positivity mixed with that little bit of musical tone behind it, man. I go by the name of Desmond Bonet.
I go by the name of I Don't Cheat.
And this was another edition of They Fired Us. Peace. Tranquility. Roll up the weed and get high.
I said, peace. Tranquility. Roll up the weed and get high. I said, peace. Tranquility. Roll up the weed and get high. I said, peace. Tranquility. Roll up the weed and get high.
Till next week, man.